Welcome to this edition of The Seven. I, of course, am your host, Donovan Sharpe. Let's go ahead and go down the panel and introduce everybody. First up is the man in Texas. That's your boy, Steve the Dean Williams. Steve, listen, man, I don't want to hear anything about the Eagles game. We took the L, and I'm just going to own it, and we took the L. That's it.
Well, Donovan, I don't talk loser or 0-1. I'm not really talking to you right now. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to all the chat room dogs and all the sexy ladies out there. Oh,
absolutely, very good. I like that. Next up, live from Cook County Lockup, Minister Jap out there in the streets of Chicago. What's going on, bro?
Man, what's going on with y'all, man? Church on the move, man. Church check-in, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Appreciate being here, Donovan. I'm coming out to Philly. We gonna turn up, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, that's gonna be turned up. I can't wait for that, man. Next up, of course, is the man in Gotham City at night. That is Mr. Locario.
What's popping? What's going on, people? I'm excited for today's topic, man, because
crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Next, the Snow Bunny Slayer of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like you're in the Barbados.
No, I'm in the Snow Bunny Cottage, Donovan.
Okay, just south of town, right? South of town, right? Next up, of course, is the best dressed and probably the best smelling man on the panel, Kevin Samuels. What's going on, brother?
Hey, folks. What's going on, man? I'm just fixing a little technical difficulty behind the scenes. Let's get it.
Dude, Kevin listen, you would never know he's working on a technical difficulty because he still makes it look easy and cool. Last but certainly not least, the man who helped me make history yesterday on the air with one-on-one with Donovan Sharpe, Myron, 5% body fat gains. What's going on, Myron?
What's up, guys? How you guys all doing? Glad to be here.
You did a fantastic job on yesterday's show. That was absolutely incredible. That was unbelievable.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's going to be on Patreon tomorrow. I'm going to release little snippets of it on YouTube and other social media. So patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. You can also get it. You can also get it from Myron. I'm going to be sending him the link as well, and he can distribute that as he pleases. Real quick, I just want to address something real quick. Apparently, somebody told me that I have a Jason Black problem. I didn't know who Jason Black was until I looked him up. And so, I mean, listen, if Jason Black has a problem with me, that's fine. But I'm not going to address someone who does not show his face. That's it. You listen, you can't talk trash, trying to keep it YouTube friendly. I don't have respect for men who talk trash about other men who don't show their face. Okay. So it is what it is. Like, Jason, make videos about me. I don't care. I don't know who you are. I don't care. I don't give a shit who you're cool with. You can't talk shit about people and can't and don't show your face. Like, that's some bitch shit. So you can do with that what you will. And that it is what it is. So today we are going to discuss a very, very interesting article. But before we get started, let me remind you guys that when you super chat one of us, you super chat all of us. The super chats are split 7 different ways. So if you support all of us, you support one of us, you support all of us, and everything is good to go. At any rate, let us go ahead and get this party started. So shout out to, I don't know, actually, this is Kevin. Kevin actually put me up on this yesterday. This is actually something that Joker of Better Bachelor talked about a while back, and it is an article, apparently.
As did I.
Oh, yes, that's right. So did. Couple. The article is entitled "Couple Has No Home, No Kids Together, but Still Considered Spouses. Ontario's Top Court Rules." A very wealthy businessman will have to pay more than $50,000 a month in spousal support for 10 years to a woman with whom he had a long-term romantic relationship, even though they kept separate homes and had no children together. Ontario's top court has ruled. Under Ontario law, an unmarried couple are considered common law spouses if they have cohabitated, lived together in a conjugal relationship continuously for at least 3 years. But that doesn't necessarily mean living in the same home, the court found. Quote, lack of a shared residence is not a determinative of the issue of cohabitation, the appeal court said. There are many cases in which courts have found cohabitation where the parties stay together only intermittently. You gotta be fucking kidding me with this. Cohabitation means you are living together, yet When it comes to yanking a man's wallet out of his ass, now all of a sudden, well, there have been many cases in which courts have found cohabitation where the party have stayed together only intermittently. How much you want to bet that every single one of those cases involved a man paying a woman? You see, if the woman made more, they would say, well, wait a minute, you guys aren't cohabitating because you only stayed together intermittently. Let's continue. The decision comes in the case of Lisa Clemens and Mike Latner, both of Toronto, who began a romantic relationship after meeting in October 2001. At the time, she was 38 and separated with 2 children, court records show. He was 46 and divorced with 3 children. Although they maintained their separate homes, Latner and Clemens behaved as a couple both privately and publicly. They vacationed together. He gave her a 7.5-carat diamond ring and other jewelry that she wore. She quit her job and would regularly sleep at his house. They traveled together and talked about living together. Latner proposed several times, the article continues, and Clemens accepted. He often referred to her by his last name. However, he insisted she sign a marriage contract and came up with several drafts. She refused. Throughout their relationship, the two kept separate bank accounts and never owned property in common. Nevertheless, Latner gave Clemens thousands of dollars every month, a credit card, paid off her mortgage, and showered her with expensive gifts. He provided her and her children with a, quote, lavish lifestyle, the court found. Theirs was a committed relationship, the appeal court said. When their 14-year relationship finally broke down in May of 2015, Clemens asked the courts to recognize her as Latner's spouse and order him to pay her support. He argued she had been a travel companion and girlfriend, nothing more. As such, he said, they were never legally spouses and he owed no support. An 8-day trial ensued. In her decision, oh my God, of course it's a female judge. In her decision, in February of 2019, Superior Court Justice Sharon Shore sided with Clemens. She ruled they were, in fact, longtime spouses, finding that despite their separate home, they lived under one roof at Latner's cottage for part of the summer and during winter vacations in Florida. She ordered him to pay her $53,077 a month indefinitely. Latner appealed. The higher court leaned heavily on Shore's analysis, finding she was right to conclude cohabitation can occur even when the parties stayed together intermittently. The appeal court did find Shore had made an error in deciding how long Latner would have to pay Clemens support based on when they first began cohabitating. While Shore, had found to be almost from the get-go, the higher court said it wasn't earlier than their first stay together at his cottage, meaning they didn't reach the threshold for indefinite payments. Instead, it ordered him to pay her support for 10 years. Clemens and her lawyers declined comment. Lawyers for Latner did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Listen, I'm going to go around the panel, and because there's a lot to unpack here, and I just want to get your opening thoughts on something like this. And I'm going to start with Lucario.
Oh man, love it.
Because again, you have a wife and a girlfriend, right?
Right.
So what are your initial thoughts just based on what you've just heard and seen?
See, I'm actually glad this happened to him. So the reason why I'm saying this is because dudes need to learn.
Yep.
You understand? When you're dealing with women, and not just women, but when you're dealing with anything in life, any situation, you have to understand what everything means and what's going to be the consequences of your actions. You understand what I'm saying? So this dude, he was basically cupcaking with this chick for years, buying her stuff, begging her to marry him, even though she declined and basically played him. He was having her in his situation. She didn't have a job, so he was taking care of her, doing all that other stuff. Now, the fact that the judge was a woman, you have to understand that women don't see things the same as us. You can't, like, okay, if I'm dealing with a girl and I'm having sex with her, we just hooking up, and then one day I say, hey, let's go get a slice of pizza. I'm saying let's go get a slice of pizza just because I'm hungry. To her, me bringing her to get a slice of pizza means that our relationship is moving in a different direction and we're moving forward, and now I might love her and all that other stuff. So you can't just do things with women and think you're just doing things with women. Doing things with women means something different to women. So now the fact that there is a female judge, she's basing it off of what a woman would base it off of when it comes to this type of situation. Now, do I think the situation's right? No. But what I'm saying is that if he knew that in 3 years in this place, that's going to count as you and her being on some common law shit, he shouldn't have took it that far with the woman. But that's what I'm saying. But yeah.
Steve, what are your thoughts on this initially?
Okay. I'm 1,000% with Lucario, man. So, hey, for all those guys, so much about not dating single mothers, huh? All y'all out there talking about stay away from single mothers. He was with a single mother, okay, with 2 children. And like Lucario said, is that look at what he did, and this is the sucker shit that a lot of you young men are doing nowadays that y'all won't even admit. See, y'all look at the headlines, but y'all won't read in between the lines, and that's the problem. He didn't look at Canada law of common law marriage, right? Look at what he did, okay? They vacation together. He got her a 7.5 carat diamond ring, okay? Look at all the stuff. Travel together. When she quit her job, he was paying her rent,
right?
Okay, so you can't. I mean, I know a lot of guys in the chat room saying it's messed up, but y'all gonna be the ones getting in this sucker ass shit if y'all wake up, because as soon as I proposed to her, which she agreed on, and I say sign this document, and she didn't sign the document, bye. But hey, as soon as you say no, you either going to booty call or we done. There's no relationship. There's no more going traveling. There's no more going see the nice views. No, we're done. But what did he do? He kept going on like they were a couple. So all the guys in the chat room, don't be all mad at the woman. The woman is not the fault here. I blame that sucker.
Okay, very good. Kevin, what are your thoughts? Oh, wait,
well, here's what I think. You know, I understand what Steve and Lucario is saying. I think he made an error when he proposed to her and she said yes, but she wouldn't sign the marital contract. He should have ended it. Yep. But prior to that, as a business person, I always look at the business, and you need to understand the rules of Ontario and understand the common law rules. That's the thing. But see, what I heard is that the judge went back to their first cottage stay.
Right.
So they were trying to go even before the 3 years.
Jesus.
That's what I heard. The initial judge went back and said from damn near from the get-go. And when the woman quits her job, you're paying her mortgage, paying her rent, buying her all these other things. What he should have done when the relationship ended is he should have gave her a settlement off rip. This is how men typically avoid this kind of stuff. You got to give her something on the way out. Why do you think you never heard anything about Michael Jordan's salacious past? Because you don't get out of a relationship as a rich man for free. I'm sorry. You guys got to understand that when it's over with a woman, she is going to want a settlement of some sort. And how much would you be willing to bet? If you could ask his lawyer, when they broke up, did he just want to cease all payments? Was she just supposed to start all this stuff from ground zero? Because I would assume that he probably tried to play hardball with her with no leverage, and then she went to court, and this is what she ended up getting. So I see it a little bit both ways. But bottom line, once she would not sign the marital contract, he was open.
Yep.
He was open, and he should have acted accordingly from that point on. Go ahead.
Unbelievable, man. Solo, what are your thoughts on this initially?
Yeah, you know, when I did the story on my channel initially, I was baffled as to this guy repeatedly asked the woman to marry him, right? And I'm just baffled because he's paying her, like Kevin just said, her mortgage, her other bills, and then giving her $6,000 allowance. Oh, and if you look at her picture, Donovan, he met her when she was like 38. She was already a post-war woman. Of
course.
Yes, I know she was a former model, but bruh, there is no model in that creature that we see in that picture. There's no whatsoever, and I'm not even capping right now. But I mean, it looks to me, Donovan, as this guy never got girls to begin with.
Yeah,
and then he found some girl that liked him, and as soon as on some MGTOW shit, He met one girl that liked him. He jumped out the window. He went all in, and then he got burned. And now he's probably going to start a lookout channel.
He's divorced.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
He's divorced himself with 3 kids.
So he's already shown. In his past that he has an ineptitude when it comes to women. I'm going to get to Minister Jap is going to be next, followed by Myron Gaines. Let me hit these super chats here quickly. Sydney Migtal with $5 Australian. So shout out to the 7 All Legends. Special
shout out to Sydney.
Solo and Myron. Appreciate that with the $5 super chat. Sydney Migtal with another $2 says Donovan just killed the sugar baby game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This absolutely just killed the sugar baby game. And we're going to come back to that because we're going to talk about what effect it's going to have on relationships, especially with men in the know. Freelance Ronan with the $5 super chat says, holy cow, when cupcaking goes wrong. I could not have said that any better myself. Freelance Ronan with the $5 super chat says, preach Steve and Lucario. That was enough cupcaking to bring on diabetes. Fresh Prince CEO says, shout out to the panel. I'm only getting married if the woman has way more money than me. Even then, I'll pass. So let me come to Jap on this. So we appear to we're certainly putting the onus on the court system, but we're also saying, listen, this dude should have known better. So what are your thoughts? Which is more at fault? Is it the court system or is it this guy?
Well, there's a couple of things. Like I really listened to every aspect of that article. This is an eye opener for all these guys who like what they call it sugar babies. From where I'm from, we call them kept bitches. You put a bitch up, you know what I'm saying? You fly up, or you know what I'm saying, like balling dudes, you know what I'm saying? This is an eye opener. He's the sacrificial lamb for these baller dudes who want to put a bitch in an apartment. I got a little bitch across town. You know what I'm saying? She's on allowance. You are her everything. And it's going to come back to bite you in the ass when you try to leave the bitch. Now, I believe that she justly won that case. I hate to say it. Even though it was a woman on
but that's what the law. Listen, the laws are on the books, right? We can agree.
And this is the thing. The intent was there. I'm looking at everything. The only defense that I see that the guy has is that it seemed to be from when you read it, it seemed like she was still married.
Yeah.
Because she was separated.
Yeah,
so
separated,
so that right there was like, that's like a hold on. Even though I am taking care of you from a legal standpoint, I was never obligated. And there's somebody else who's legally obligated to doing that. Now, I do understand that his intent was to marry this bitch. I mean, he tried several times, you know what I'm saying? Right. Which was some sucker shit. I mean,
he failed.
When she didn't say yes, you should have kept it trucking.
Right.
You wrote out contracts. You know what I'm saying? And you have a paper trail of the intent on trying to marry this woman. You know what I'm saying? So her whole life was put on hold. This is how the court is going to look at it from a law standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Even though you weren't living in that house, you were paying for that house. So it's really your house. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's really your house.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So for 10 plus years, she threw away her life and became yours. So this is what comes with being a sugar daddy, looking for sugar babies, because that's what a lot of these guys are doing. And this is the dangers of it. I'm glad that this happened to him and he became a sacrificial lamb. He's the person who's getting hit for $500,000 a year for the next 10 years, which is what
$6 million.
God damn.
$6 million is what
$6 million. You know what I'm saying? He's getting shafted. You know what I'm saying? And he has to be the person that goes through that. So all these other guys who think that, I own companies and I got several girlfriends. I got a girlfriend in Las Vegas. I got a girlfriend here, and they're just living off of you. When you have to leave those bitches, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass, because America got some real fucked up laws too.
Yeah, man. Myron, what are your thoughts on this? Where do you land on this?
Yo, the whole time you're reading this article, bro, just like, this guy.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
Like, yo, this, like, yo, okay. As you guys know, I'm here in Miami, and there's a lot of sponsored girls here. You know what I'm saying? I live in Brickell, which is like the Manhattan of Miami. And I could tell. I'll look at a chick and I'll ask her, hey, what do you do for work? And she, Donovan, I told you the story about the girl that I met.
Yeah.
Texting me. bad chick, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, whatever it may be, fake, booty, all that stuff. Hey, what do you do for work? Oh, I was a stylist, but like, I don't have a job now, whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, this girl's sponsored. And this is the cold, hard reality that I got to tell everybody in here that's watching, because obviously I'm in the game. You guys know I'm out here dealing with these chicks. The hottest girls are sponsored. A lot of them. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a celebrity, a rapper, athlete, whatever it may be, sponsoring these chicks, or like some, hedge fund guy, whatever it may be. So the thing is this, every single young guy that's out there dating, dealing with these chicks that is going to become successful or working on their stuff, you must get out there and have sex with a lot of women. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why you need to do that is because you're going to gain experience, and you're going to be able to see red flags, and you're going to be able to see things that automatically disqualify her for an LTR. We live in a world now where women are 100% encouraged to be promiscuous, get out there and explore, leverage their sexuality for their own benefit, whatever it may be. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, society still expects you to be a traditional man and pay for things, support her, protect her, while she doesn't have to adhere to her traditional feminine traits. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, you guys got to adapt with the times, and you got to get out there and date more chicks. You can't take a traditional approach as a man in a non-traditional world that we live in now with the way intersexual dynamics are. So you have to get out there and date a lot of girls, because what you're going to quickly find out is that women are way more experienced with dealing with the opposite gender than you probably are. Even the top players don't get nearly as much play as average looking girls in this current marketplace. You know what I'm saying? It's just that women are very good at not letting you detect how they get down. But the reality is, the hottest girls, there's somebody paying their bill. There's someone that they have saved in their phone as Uber. There's another guy paying their phone, whatever it may be. And these are just uncomfortable realities you're going to have to deal with. So you got to navigate the marketplace with this type of awareness, and you got to be able to discern this stuff. Because here's the thing, girls are always going to sell you purity. This guy dealing with a chick that's a 38-year-old model with 2 children, that tells me off rip he doesn't have much experience with women, because he should know his own value, how much money he brings to the table, his economic status, the fact that he's in the 0.0001% of male. Yep. He should be holding himself to a higher standard. But this is what happens when you don't have awareness on how to deal with women properly in a marketplace that rewards women for doing this type of stuff. So what does he do? He does all these traditional things, right, in a non-traditional sexual marketplace, and now we're punishing him for it severely. Now he's going to take a serious L, lose $6 million. It ain't going to mess him up because his family's worth a couple billion. But the point is this: guys got to get out there, date women, learn from this. If you are going to shack up with a girl or marry a girl, whatever it may be, it better be for the purpose of having children or something where you want to create a family, because the consequences if you fail are dire. You know what I'm saying? So guys just got to wake up and realize that women hold all the leverage when it comes to any type of cohabitation or marriage. And if you're going to do it, it needs to be for a purpose, man. You can't just go in there, and you got to have the experience, man. I don't think any guy should settle down unless he has at least 50 lays, man, in today's marketplace. Seriously. Because you're going to do stupid stuff like this guy just did and take a serious L, you're going to be very stupid. So that's all I got.
C-Dub with the $20 super chat says, I, a lawyer, was a victim of domestic violence by my ex-wife. I never cheated or abused her. The law said I was entitled to half of her assets because she made more than me. I still paid her a settlement on the way out. Steve, you've got something on that.
Yeah, real quick, but women don't run shit when it comes to a man, Myron. I'm going on the street. I don't know why y'all keep saying that. As a man, women don't do shit to a man. Like they can do whatever they want to say and do what they want to do, but as a man, they don't own a man. Man run shit. But for this lawyer thing, this C-Dub thing, C-Dub, stop being the victim here and stop lying. You knew she wasn't shit when you met her. You knew she wasn't shit when you moved in with her. You knew she wasn't shit when you got engaged to her. And now all of a sudden you want to cry that you're a victim of domestic violence. Why don't you get it right and say the right statement? I allowed my woman to beat my fucking ass because I wasn't a man about my shit. That's the problem with people today. They always want to take this victim route to things, Donovan. This is the problem why women are being more dominant now, because a lot of men are not owning their shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's all I want to say on that, man.
A lot of men would probably come back and say, well, if she hits me, I can't hit her or I go to jail. That's absolutely right. So you remove yourself from the situation, right? And listen, C-Dub, you're my dude, you're my homeboy. But this one's on you, man. And listen, I've made mistakes in relationships. I have done some very stupid things with women. I'm not the guy who blames this girl or that girl. Nah, like this was on me. This isn't to say that women are blameless. The woman definitely shouldn't have put her hands on you. But by the same token, you can't control what other people do, but you can control your actions. And the minute she put hands on you is the second you should have got the hell up out of there. I'm sure, I'm sure if you had it to do again, you probably would have done things
I
differently.
want to say this too.
Yeah, go ahead.
In that situation, guys got to stop taking the high road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yep.
Like you were a victim, you're a lawyer, you know how the law works, and you know for a fact that these bitches, if they had the opportunity to cook your ass in the courtroom, they're going to take it.
Do it.
You had the opportunity if you'd have got you're a lawyer. Come on, man. You're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You could have got the fucking evidence you needed. That they already ruled in your favor, and it sounds like you were one of those guys that's like, when you get full custody of the kid, you don't hit her up for child support.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You sound like one of those guys. And I don't like the fact that you guys take the high road when it comes to these chicks in a prideful manner. Like, you know what? I'm not even going to do that to you. No, do that shit to my ass, because she's going to, if the shoe was on the other foot, there would be no mercy. No mercy. She would take your ass to court, take half your fucking assets. Listen, she going to want a settlement, and your ass going to be living with your fucking mom as a goddamn lawyer. So fuck that shit. You should have stuck it to her ass. That's just me.
Okay, listen. I agree. I agree with all you guys. My take on this whole situation is this. I agree with Steve. I agree with Lucario. I agree with Jap. This is absolutely on this. What's his name? Latin, or whatever the fuck his name is. This dude is clearly a man. Like as soon as he committed to a 38-year-old who was not even divorced but separated with 2 kids, the game was already over. And the way I look at this, and Myron hit this, he hit this point on the head. Women, dude, the most inexperienced women have more experience than the most experienced men. Women will always have more experience in the game with you. Think of it like this. If you, and hopefully I can, this can sort of come across, but to make it to Major League Baseball, you don't, when you get drafted, okay, you don't just go straight to the big leagues, right? Well, I mean, you have exceptions like Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, et cetera, et cetera. But even then, they play a few games in the minors. There are 4 levels to baseball, okay? There is single A, there is double A, there's triple A, and then there is the show. That is the major leagues, right? The reason why single A guys can't play in the major leagues yet is because they don't have enough at bats at the single A level. When they have enough at bats at the single A level, they've seen all the curveballs, the changeup, the split finger fastballs, and he seems to be able to handle that. They move him up to double A, sometimes even triple A if he does exceptionally well. He usually spends at least a season and a half in triple A before he goes to the show, because if he goes to the show and he's got 20 at bats in triple A, he's not gonna be able to hit shit. Here's what's happening with most men. We got men with single A experience fucking going into the major leagues. The bitch on the mound has been pitching in the majors for 10 years. You have no idea. That on a 2-2 pitch and a runner on first, she is going to pitch you to the inside so that you can hit the ball to the shortstop and he can get you for the 4-6-3 double play. You have no idea what that situation is. She knows that because you're an excellent fastball hitter the other way, she's going to jam you to the outside with maybe a circle changeup because she knows you don't hit those pitches that well. All you see is somebody on the mound who throws 95 miles an hour. This is why what Myron said resonates with me. You have to have experience with women. Women, dude, every woman knows how to fucking strike you out. Every one of them. The only thing you can do is have enough at bats under your belt not to get taken for a fool. That's what that comes down to. All of that said, the laws that are on the books, and listen, it was a female judge. I don't agree with the decision, but you can't appeal it because an appeal means that there is an error of law. Well, guess what? She didn't make an error of law. I think she made an objective decision where she said, well, they stayed together intermittently. So I guess I don't know. That's kind of fuzzy. If I'm his lawyers, I'm definitely taking a look at that. I'm gonna break down that law piece by piece. Maybe there's some case law on the books that maybe we confer to.
I think the paying of the habitat and her not paying for it shows ownership, the intent of ownership. Like he owns that because he pays for that. And she just, even though he's not there, it's still his. And she's there. So that's kind of like, that's the thing where these sugar daddies got to watch out for. Because a lot of guys is paying for these hoes overhead, and putting them on allowance. So you bought the bitch.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You
can't put the bitch back. You can't.
You're gonna have to get a bitch a severance. You're gonna have to get a bitch a severance package if you leave her.
Well, listen, hold on. Here's what this comes down to. One of the three main pillars of feminism is to transfer resources from men to women. Okay. The way they used to do that is to get married. Okay. What's mine is mine. What's his is mine. You get married for 30 years. You have a few kids. You live a good life. Then no fault divorce came. Then women figured out, okay, I can get married to the guy, and then I can get alimony whether we have kids or not. The laws were the laws kept. I can't. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without getting into too much legalese. The laws continue to favor women, right? Men figured that out. Well, listen, I'm gonna marry her, right? But I'm not gonna have any kids with her. So the laws then changed, right? So now they said, all right, I'm gonna marry him and I'm gonna have a kid with him. I can't just get married to him and expect spousal support. I gotta have a kid. So now women started getting married, having kids, and then divorcing. Then the laws changed again. You have to be married with a kid to get any spousal support. Guess what? Then men started saying, you know what? I'm not going to get married. The laws changed again. So now you don't even have to marry a bitch. All you got to do is put a fucking baby in a bitch and you bought the bitch. Like you're responsible for 18 years. Guess what? Guys adjusted still. They said, you know what? I'm not nutting in these hoes. I'm not living with these hoes. I'm not marrying these hoes. The laws changed again. You don't even have to be married to or have kids with a woman to get $6 million in spousal support. That's on the books. The law is the law. But that is fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. You mean to tell me that I don't have to fucking nut in a bitch? I don't have to marry a bitch? All I got to do is go on vacation with a bitch and I got to pay the bitch $6 million? Guys, this is why relationships are going to die. And somebody said it earlier. The sugar baby game is done. It's done. It's over. Dude, with every law that changes, with every case that happens like this, and again, listen, Steve, you and I are hard on the MGTOW guys, right? We're always hard on those guys. But dude, the more this shit happens, the more I got to say, you know what? I can't say I blame these guys because you can't even have sex with bitches and get away with not paying. So, so what society is telling us is this. What society is telling us is this. Women are prostitutes. Women are prostitutes. They may not call themselves prostitutes, but if you fuck with a woman, you gonna pay. That's what it comes down to. If a woman gives you her body in any way, shape, or form, you are going to pay monetarily. That's the fucked up part about this.
Real quick. So here's the thing, man.
We all got to get on this one.
Yeah. The thing is that the guys got to understand that the goalpost keeps moving, and the thing is that this is the thing. The laws have not caught up with the modern day.
This is not a law problem.
Like this is like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not a law problem.
Well,
it's like black people saying we need to get more people, we need to get different politicians in and get laws passed. It's not a law problem.
Yes.
The law it's an interpretation of the law. That's the problem. The laws exist. The judge used it to interpret it her way. She could have easily done something different. What men have to start doing, MGTOW and everybody else, is stop complaining and start getting your politicians, your judges to interpret in our favor. Not change the laws. There's plenty of laws.
Guys just got to protect themselves because the goalpost clearly keeps moving here. And if whether the law is interpreted differently by one judge or another, the main point is this. Guys need to get educated about how the marketplace works, and they got to get out there and date more chicks.
Black people have been getting educated about the law, and they still getting shot, Myron. That doesn't change anything.
Doesn't change, brother. Okay, you keep talking about the goalpost moving. I own the stadium, so I don't care if the goalpost keeps moving because I own the stadium. And if I own the stadium, I'm dictating what's going on in that. See, with y'all, okay, Myron, you new in the game when it comes to women. You new in this game, so you don't have the game, the knowledge that we older heads.
What are guys supposed to do? Like, I mean, listen, we can talk about politicians, but that's not going to happen.
But Donovan, what I'm saying is that these women do it to real men for free. We don't have to. We don't deal with what's going on right here because when a woman is with a real, authentic man, she knows that we have one foot out of the door, and she's going to do what she has to do to keep us. So, yeah, Myron, you're right. The goalpost will always move, but I own the stadium. So as long as I own the stadium, I own me. And I'm never going to thing is, like you're saying, Donovan, the woman looks at the pictures, and a lot of guys don't know how cold in the game women are. Women know weakness of these suckers, and they going to run suckers, but they can't do that to a man.
I want to say this to
I
Mario.
I gotta get into this
Hold
after.
on, let me.
Go ahead,
Here's
Kevin.
the thing. Okay. All right. I think I understand what Donovan. I get what you're saying. What are guys supposed to do, Myron? What we have to. It's defensive. This is all reactive. So women to do something and guys are not being proactive. It's reactive. Until men start becoming proactive, regular guys aren't going to stand a chance, because let's take it to the final steps. Okay, women are prostitutes. Avoid and protect yourself, and keep going on and on and on and on and on and on. What does it mean? We're going to have a completely segregated society where men and women never talk, and in order to have sex, you're going to have a contract.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
I'm saying this, guys. I'm saying this. The thing is this. I'm saying guys got to get out there and deal with women more so they don't get bamboozled like this guy did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then set themselves up in a position where they can't get taken to the cleaners like this.
Is that proactive or reactive?
That's proactive. It's just-
Proactive.
yeah,
But you
right.
guys didn't let me finish. I was getting there, but you guys didn't let me finish. The thing I'm trying to say is that the reason why this guy got taken to the cleaners is because he clearly doesn't have experience with women. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, because you have this kind of money. You're in that you're obviously a high value male from a financial standpoint. You're committing to a girl that has 2 kids and
you're
38 years old. Clearly, this guy doesn't understand his own sexual market value, and this is very.
I think you're going a little bit out of scope on that one, fam. He's married with 2-3 kids. He may not have the kind of experience you're talking about, but basically, come on, Myron. Basically, what you're saying is every guy needs to fuck 50 women. That's not going to happen, fam.
Here's the thing.
Well, listen,
I think that'll help though.
But it's not going to happen for every guy.
But listen, that's not going to happen to every guy. And guess what? The guys that don't fuck 50 women, those are the guys that are going to get taken to the cleaners.
Yeah,
that's why you have to be proactive.
You guys,
this is
I'm
what's
telling you.
necessary, man. This is what's necessary. You can't have 7 girlfriends and survive out here. Dude, these bitches are cold-blooded and they will take you to the cleaners. This is why you have to have experience, and experience is proactive. That's what it comes down to.
And here's the thing, man. You guys, I'm telling you guys, I'm here in a major city where it is literally like it's 100% acceptable to take men to the cleaners and to just live off dudes. And the thing is that these guys don't know better because the marketplace has completely changed. It's acceptable for women to have sponsors, sugar daddies, dudes that pay their bills, whatever it may be. You deal with the top 5-10% of women that are 9s, 8s, and 10s. That's just how it is, man. So
how do we get these laws to this point? Because men have here's the thing: when it comes to societal and social things, men are very relaxed when it comes down to it. I understand what you guys are saying. You want to take this away. Either you get proactive in the legal sense, proactive in the sense that you legalize prostitution. But at the end of the day, unless you start actually changing the people who are making the rulings, the law, you can put 50,000 laws out there, but unless you start making it cost these judges, cost these people, and men are going to have to do something instead of having good points, being right on the facts, and then getting their ass handed to them in family court. See, that's really what we're ultimately saying. Men keep losing ground. We got to address why men keep losing ground.
Well, you lose ground because you lie. Y'all are not taking into effect the lies that a lot of guys are doing, the indirect game, the lying, the tricks, the gimmicks.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All that lying stuff.
I think we're all on the same page. I think we're all speaking in semantics. But listen, the facts are the facts. The laws on the books are fucked up. There's no getting around that.
I want to say this. This is the thing real quick. Let me say this real quick. Is that the problem is this? What we got to notice is in this article, what the guy did is what most guys try to do, which is they try to extract a lot of time and energy from a woman without really being with the woman, and they think that they're going to get away with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When you're dealing with women, you're supposed to deal with them in a way where either you're dealing with them on some I'm just hooking up with you, or you're my girl. You can't be on some you're my girl. Because what happens is that this financial burden that he has right now it's basically it carries over to also it can be an emotional thing. Sometimes it might not be financial, but it might be emotional. So for example, if I'm chilling with a girl and I keep hooking up with her every week, then I keep seeing her twice a week, then I keep hanging out with her, and I'm like, but wait a second, we're not together. She's gonna start to act crazy towards me because I'm trying to I'm trying to be a boyfriend, but not really be a boyfriend. So you got to figure out what you're trying to do in the situation, because when you're trying to do it like that, that's when you get caught up in all these situations. So he got caught up
trying to have a girlfriend without having a girlfriend. So what he did was, I want the benefits of having a girlfriend, but when we break up, I don't have to deal with the bullshit that goes along with us breaking up.
This is the thing, bro.
Hold on, real quick, before I get to Solo. This is what Rollo Tomasi says, and this is the fucked up thing about the sexual marketplace in 2020. In order for one person to be successful, the other has to lose. If the woman extracts the resources out of the man, guess what? She doesn't have to marry that guy. The guy loses because she got out of him. But if a guy just wants to use her as a fuck buddy, then she loses because she doesn't get that commitment in return. That's what Myron was talking about. We're trying to use traditional strategies in a very non-traditional sexual marketplace. When it comes down to it, the way things are now, like both the man and the woman, very rarely do they win. Like, do they both win? And it's fucked up, but this is the truth. If the man wins, the woman has to lose. If the woman wins, the man's got to lose. And it's just like Lucario said. I agree 100%. Guys who are out here getting pussy from women for nothing, they're not getting commitment, just getting the pussy. We got the girls out there who are losing, right? Well, then we got girls who are sugar babies to guys they never give the pussy to. Guess what? They get the resources without giving up the pussy. That's what we're trying to accomplish. Listen, men want pussy, women want resources, and both of them are trying to get what they want out of the other without giving what the other person wants.
Exactly. And that's the problem. So the sugar baby game, basically what you're going to, if we take this to the final extension, what are you going to do? You're going to have 1099 sugar babies. Keep it going. And here's the other part, 1099 sugar babies. And then when it's over, here's an annuity to pay you out after the relationship for a set period of time, because they're ultimately going to end up having hired girlfriends. And you can do that before legalized prostitution. Welcome to the sugar baby games. And this is what I say. Truly high value men who aren't trying to cupcake like Steve. See, this motherfucker tried to get a wife and was all in the passive position. He should have did like Richard Gere and Pretty Woman. $3,000 the weekend and you will leave. Go into it knowing the exit strategy, like any deal. If we sat down at the table and all said, we're going to form the 7 industries, we could have the highest of hopes. We could talk about all the upside, but smart business people would say, okay, what happens when this goes to shit? How do we all get out? And we all decide to say, this is how we get out. We all agree. So if it does go to shit, when everything tends to, everybody's protected and we all leave with our pieces.
Just real quick.
A breakup.
Just real quick, because I know you're going to Solo. The guy, see, we're again, y'all are too busy trying to point the finger at the woman, and we're not looking at these guys lying to these women. Like Lucario said, if you just honest with the woman and tell her where you stand, and like Kevin said, this is the deal. I'm gonna give you this amount of money, this amount of time, we're done. If you do it like that, it will happen. But Donovan, y'all are not taking into account that the problem is you got people talking about all women as a whole, and as a man, you're supposed to look at women as an individual, not as a whole, and that's part of the problem.
Well, no, listen, I mean, I agree with that. Obviously, you deal with women on a case-by-case basis, but women do operate under the same set of rules and circumstances. I think that's what makes the sexual marketplace go around here. All right, so what you got, man?
All right, I'm gonna flex on you niggas for a second, Donovan. That's cool. You know what? When I hear stories like this, right? You got a guy who is a rich guy, well-to-do guy, and he's dealing with a 38-year-old single mother. Now, I get what Steve and Kevin are saying, and he shouldn't have even been dealing with the chick in the first place.
Yeah, man.
Like, that shit is goofy, because you're in a position where you can have all these women. Now, let me get to Myron. Myron is my nigga. I fuck with Myron. And I get where Myron is coming from the law, but Myron is right. This guy has no experience at all when it comes to these women. Now, I might expose myself, Donovan. I'm in the spot, social circle. She already dealt with, right? She brings her friend, right? Now I'm sitting here with these 2 chicks. One already smashed, one already whatever.
Trying to, right?
And you know, we're talking about having a threesome.
Oh shit.
And by the way, Donovan, I'm here. Here are the receipts. Here are the receipts. So you don't okay. Here's the receipt. King of the snow bunnies. Here's the thing.
Snow bunny
At the end of the day, Donovan, I'm far broken than that guy. I'm not that handsome. How does Solo do it? You see, the shit is like that Russell dude who played for the Lakers. It's in my blood. When I go in the field, I turn the fuck up. You know what, Myron, you my nigga, but in the field, I would put Myron through a fucking clinic. I would put any of you niggas through a clinic.
Oh,
facts. No. And I'm not saying that to talk shit, but when I go in the field, I live for that shit. Donovan, the toughest bitches to game are Eastern European girls. If you want to step your game up, in 6 months. Game Russian girls, Ukrainian girls.
Bro, yeah.
Donovan, I was going through some shit tests yesterday. Nigga, I can't even explain those shit tests to you, bro. These girls were putting me through some shit tests yesterday, Myron. I ain't never had a bitch do that shit, bro. But you know what? It's all about frame. It's all about being in control. And guess what? I'm blessed. At this age, Kevin, where I'm at, now I can think with my head. I'm not thinking with just my dick, and that gives me clarity. But even now, bro, these women, they know, like, they're already 3 steps ahead of us in every way.
Every time.
So the point I'm trying to make is this guy, he's a sucker. He was not ready for whatever. He should have stuck to Tinder or Bumble. That's probably where he met her at a gas station. He met her at a gas station, right? Number 2, real quick, Donovan, I'll be done.
No, you're good.
This guy is not ready. See, you got to understand that there's certain guys, like you look at George Clooney, the one baseball player, Derek Jeter.
Oh, yes.
George Clooney didn't get married till he wanted a kid. Derek Jeter didn't get married till after his career. There's levels to this shit, guys. Guess what, Donovan? 10 years ago, a Russian chick would have put me through the ringer if I would have fell for her.
Right.
Now, I'm cool. I'm Swayze. And when I have that threesome, y'all niggas will get the pictures first in the chat.
So,
Byron, real quick, and then we'll go to Super Chat.
Hold on, man. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, all right, when Solo comes, we're gonna document me and him the cold approaches.
Oh, here we go. Let's do it.
Myron, let's go, baby. But see, Myron, by the time I come up to Miami, I'll be skinnier. Let's go.
Oh, let's do it.
Listen, you deal with Russians once in a while. That's all we got in Miami is Russians. That's what I deal with all the time.
Oh, Myron. I love it. I love it, Myron. I love it.
It's
Okay.
I love it, Myron.
So here's the thing,
Myron,
guys.
I'm a beast. Let's go.
I just want to say this real quick because I agree. I see where Kevin is coming from. I see where Steve is coming from, and I see what it is. I'm simply saying that I think it's not worth it to wait for the laws to change or anything like that. I think the onus needs to be put on men to get experience with women so they don't get taken to the cleaners and move accordingly. And I also agree with Lucario. You can't give a girl wife/girlfriend treatment, right? And especially a chick that doesn't have money, because she's going to expect to be living at a certain level after she parts ways with you. So you got to be upfront from the beginning, which comes from experience with women, because when you're upfront from the beginning, that dictates that you don't care what the outcome is. You're letting her know, hey, this is what it is with me, and this is how it's going to be. And then the reason why this guy did all this stupid stuff, he knew deep down he wasn't probably going to deal with this chick long term, but he has a scarcity mindset, and he didn't have the balls to tell her, hey, I don't know if I want to take you serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, I can't agree
Here's
with
the
that.
thing against it. Here's the whole thing.
He wrote up a contract.
That's what happened.
But here's the thing against experience.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's
That's
the
what
thing against experience. Here's the thing against experience. Okay, you can have. Bottom line, I was going to write it in. Every man needs to know how much he is planning to spend or invest on a woman. There is a dollar value in your mind. There is a number out there that you equate that this woman is worth. And this is what Steve was ultimately talking about. Be honest. Hey, you're a $50,000 chick and you're a $100 chick. You're $1 million chick. This is how much I plan on spending. The Richard Gere, $3,000, and you will leave. See, that alleviates all the necessary need for experience, because at the end of the day, this woman you're willing to do more for than this woman. And that's the ultimate thing for guys.
Listen, I agree with what you're saying, but experience lets you understand how much time and money you're willing to spend with women. If you don't have experience with women, and we see this all the time. This guy clearly didn't have experience with women. How do we know? Because he paid the bitch $6,000 a fucking week. He bought the bitch a house. He's taking the bitch on vacations, right? Had he had experience, then he can sort of then he can have like
experience is the foundation. You have to base all your decisions based on your prior experiences with women. If you know what you're doing, then you're going to move accordingly. I agree.
I think we're all speaking in semantics. I think the puzzle all comes together. Steve is 100% right. You can't be lying to women. You can't tell a woman, oh, baby, I want to be with you, I want to have kids with you, smash and dash.
Right.
Here's the thing, man. Us as men, this is where we're losing at. The reason why he's going through the hell he's going through is because of ignorance. And the reason why he's ignorant is because he doesn't have the experience. Because right after the marriage, he jumped right into some bullshit with another motherfucker. Now, the ignorant piece. Men across the board, we're ignorant on laws. We're ignorant on how this shit works until it happens to us. So like you were saying, being proactive instead of reactive. And Kev took the words right out of my mouth. Women have a better strategy when it comes to exit plans.
Yes.
If you look at a man who is divorced 3 times over, you know what I'm saying? He's not well off. But you can find a bitch that was divorced 3 times, and the guys that she picked, she's taken wealth from 3 different guys, and she's elevated her life. 3 divorces never elevated a man's life.
Right.
3 divorces can elevate a woman's life because, again, they're not ignorant to the rules. We're ignorant.
Not only that,
the
the laws are in their favor. That's
the laws are in their favor, but the thing is, they know them.
Right.
And a lot of guys are not thinking about this shit because it's ignorance. No exit plan. This guy does good business. And again, it goes back to what I always tell guys on my show. How you deal with women is not going to determine whether you're going to be successful. It's going to determine how long you're going to be successful. So he didn't know how to deal with women. You know what I'm saying? He never had an exit plan. He never took time to even these type of stories. This guy's out here right now who watching this show who would never even read this type of shit.
Right.
Because they don't think it'll ever happen to them and they're not interested. That's the problem. Until it happens to you, now you want to binge watch this type of shit. Now you want to binge red pill yourself when you should have been knowing this shit, and the ignorance of how the courtroom works, the ignorance about how child custody works, the ignorance about how marriage works, common law, the laws. These bitches know that shit because they're sizing you up. She knew that shit when she first signed up to fuck with that guy. The moment he decided to pay her rent, she knew, oh, I've been with him for this long. I'm gonna get a bag at the end of this shit. He didn't know.
Okay, I got to get to the super chats, but I'll say this. I think that we can all agree. I think this is a very good piece of advice for men of means. When you find yourself starting to make a little bit more money, you need to talk to a lawyer. You need to say, okay, I'm making XYZ amount of money per year, and it looks like I'm projected with this. How can I deal with women in such a way that they can't take their pound of flesh from me? What do I need to tell them? How do I need to act? What should my exit plan be based on XYZ? That's the proactivity we're talking about. Yeah. Your lawyer knows the laws, okay? So now you have a plan in place. You guys don't think when I cross the $100,000 mark this year, I haven't spoken to a lawyer in Nevada? You think that I picked the state of Nevada just arbitrarily? Oh, no. You think I picked the state of Pennsylvania arbitrarily? Oh, no. There is no common law marriage in Pennsylvania, gentlemen. There is no common law marriage in Nevada, okay? I've got my exit plan. Love my girl to death, but she is, after all, a woman. That's called being proactive. That right there is what experience, and not only experience, but just like Kevin said, proactivity. We'll never know the laws. Pay if you're a man of means, you've got $3,500 to put a lawyer on retainer. Hey, check this out. I'm going to start running through these bitches like nobody's business. How can I keep my shit without losing my shit? That's how that goes. A lot of super chats to get to. Let me quickly go.
One more thing. These guys, they have to start moving like they have something to fucking lose. A lot of you guys get all this money.
A lot of guys don't have anything to lose.
You know, you just you go all in. You start raw dogging these bitches. You want to set a bitch up. You want to ball out. It's going to all come back to bite you in the ass if you don't sit down with a lawyer. You don't move proactive.
Yep. No, I agree. Once you start making real money, you need to talk to a lawyer because you're a fucking target, and these bitches know you're a target. Pug Dad with a $10 super chat says, this is what LaShawn McCoy's ex was trying to do, and he kicked her to the curb. Didn't want to leave the relationship without some sort of severance pay. Yes, she falsely accused him of domestic violence. She literally kicked her own ass and then reported him. Tyson Jaleel with 20 Canadian dollars says, just another point of view. Yes, the guy was simping, but most likely his legal counsel advised him he was safe due to not living together. It's not uncommon to see a kept woman in Toronto. This ruling was a wake-up call. I agree and disagree. I think this ruling is a wake-up call, but I think this guy probably went to his lawyers only after he figured out that his girl was trying to fuck him. Had he gone to a lawyer before, he would never be in this situation in the first place because his lawyer would have advised him, she said no to the marriage. Bro, you got to get the fuck out of there because if you don't, it's going to cost you down the road, and it did. Francis Armage with the $10 super chat says, sliding in with my weekly tithe. Awesome content as always. DS salute to the 7 Steel Curtain $5. The guy no doubt had his attorneys draw up many contracts over the years as he built his wealth. This by far is his worst business deal. No mulligan. Absolutely. Technomage B5 $5 super chat. He says this is a warning to all men. Not only do you have to be aware of what the current rules are, but also which direction the rules are changing towards. Yes, you have to understand. The courts will never rule in a man's favor when it comes to women and money. Get that through your thick skulls, get a lawyer on it, and act accordingly. C-Dub, $15, says not crying or victim men. I was a blue pill beta simp then. She was 39 years old, twice divorced single mom. That's 100% on me. I took the L, learned from it, have dealt with women differently ever since. There you go. That's not only being reactive, that's also being proactive. Vincenzo Palomba, $50, says fewer and fewer men are willing to marry. Do you think this case shows a slippery slope where society will try to find new and creative ways for men to pay women? This is exactly what I was saying. Listen, this is on the men. The men have to have their wits about them. We all know this. But what I'm talking about with the laws, when men adjust and act accordingly, guess what? The laws are going to change again. This is what society is telling us. Women don't have shit to offer men except for their vaginas, right? That's it. So the minute a woman gives up the pussy, the man's got to pay everything because society knows bitches ain't shit, but they're pussies. Listen, if she gave you, you got to pay. That's what this is. When men adjust and start seeking legal counsel before fucking with these bitches, trust and believe the laws are going to change again, and men will have to change with the laws. Counselor Murray, $5. I appreciate the $5 super sticker. Red Sings the Blues, $5, says never make promises with a woman if she never asked for a relationship. That's another place he fucked up. As soon as she said no, just like Steve says, you had to be out the door. JB84, $10, says love the back and forth debate. Salute to the 70. I like the fact that we disagree on some of these elements. Ralph E, $5, says I like how the whole panel has different opinions on the subject, but I have to agree with Donovan on this one. Omega Legion, $5, says hate to say it, you can't always blame women. He is much to blame for his lack of knowledge, experience, and investment planning in both money and time. Omega Legion again, $2 super chat, says salute to the 7 greatest men of this generation. Wow. Well, I appreciate that.
That's heavy right there.
Yeah, that is. It is. Okay, so now let's talk about solutions here, right? So let's just pretend that Canada's laws are worldwide, and let's face it, it's probably going to happen here in the not too distant future. So what can men do? And I mean, dude, this encompasses everything. I mean, what do you tell women? Do you talk to a lawyer? Do you fuck them and chuck them? Dick discipline? Give me whatever. Steve, what are the most important things men can do not to end up like this guy did?
You gotta have some nuts in a fucking standard. Before you walk out that damn door, before you walk out that door, you got to be willing to leave the relationship. Even if you don't have one, you got to have that mindset of, okay, I am the standard. My name is the standard. This is what my law, my rule, my code, my principles, my narratives. And then when you have that, when you meet a woman, you relay her your mission statement, your value statement, and your legacy statement. And either she's going to ride with you or she's not. And if she does, you shouldn't give a fuck. And if she doesn't, you shouldn't give a fuck. But the problem is you don't put your emotions in this game like these young men do. Because I don't give a fuck about these women like that. They can't move me or anything like that. I choose her value. If I'm talking to her, she's got value to me. If I'm spending time with her, she's got value to me. But she's going to know every damn day where she stands. And I'm not going to lax for 1 second. So the thing you've got to do is do something that these young men don't do. Get the fuck off of YouTube and stop listening to these bitch-ass motherfuckers on YouTube who can't get pussy, who can't get women, that bitch all the fucking time, and start learning and getting around these motherfuckers on this panel that will teach you how to nut the fuck up and be a man.
You know, listen, interestingly enough, Steve, we hear a lot of these stories about a lot of these situations. Guess what? This doesn't happen to strong men. That's just all there is to it. This just doesn't happen to strong men. Like if you're strong and you're masculine and you're about your shit, bitches don't pull the shit on you. Matter of fact, they're actually fighting to stay with you. Like they're suing you in court. He can't dump me, Your Honor. I love his ass. I got to stay with him.
I'm gonna have to agree with Myron on the fact that he needed to have dated a bunch of bitches for this reason though. He don't have nothing to compare this bitch to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this bitch was his everything, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? She said no. He kept, all right, coming back to the drawing board. He never got in the field. You know what I'm saying? So he put all his eggs in one basket. If he would have maybe dated, had seen how the game works, seen a shady woman. He doesn't know what a shady woman is to even compare to a good woman. You know what I'm saying?
The standard, Jack.
He just think that she's a good woman. He just think that that's what women are. You know what I'm saying? Because he only been with two.
Oh my God!
In the span of how many years?
He's,
2
you know,
decades?
46 listen, he was 46 years old, divorced with 3 children. So he's probably got an ex-wife and and a baby mama.
You needed to see more.
Yeah, I agree. Kevin, if I'm a client of yours, Kevin, I'm gonna make $250,000 this year. I know my game. I'm listening to Donovan. How can I get out here and fuck with these bitches without getting taken to the cleaners like this guy in Ontario?
Well, I mean, we've already said this basic things. You got to know the rules of your state, number one.
Right.
But really, man, I'll come back down to it. I'm going to assume that most guys have no idea what about the 7 or YouTube or anything else like this. You have to know how much you're willing to spend on anything. How much you want to spend on a car, how much you want to spend on a house. Because if I say go out and buy a suit, you don't have to go buy Tom Ford. That's $10,000. You can go to Suit Supply and pay $500. It's still a suit. See, that's what ultimately you got to decide whether through experience or not. You have to be able to decide how much you're willing to invest in women, time and money. And then that's a line item on your budget and say, well, that's gone. We all did a budget when we were in high school, and there was a section for miscellaneous. Whatever the miscellaneous is could go in that category. And that's how much you have to be willing to lose, because women are always going to be a loss on your balance.
Oh, I love it. You listen, it is very rare for a man to be in the black when he deals with women. Am I wrong?
So basically what I'm saying is if you fuck with a woman and say, all right, it's like going to the strip club.
Right.
How many times people go to the strip club and be like, oh my God, I could never make it rain or whatever. But see, you can't go back and make it rain and then come back on Thursday and be like, oh, hey, I made it rain. Can I get some of that money back? I gotta pay a light bill. No, you just made it rain. You had a good time. You were the man. That's it. You had your time. That's what you got. It's an expense. Keep it fucking moving.
Yo, listen, that makes perfect sense. You can't go make it rain on Friday night, then come back and expect a lap dance on Thursday evening. That makes perfect sense. I like that analogy. Lucario, let's say I come to you, man. Hey, man, let's meet up in Brooklyn. Yo, check this out, man. I'm about to hit it big. I'm about to make $250,000. I'm trying to fuck with these bitches out here, but I'm trying to keep my money. What's the first thing you tell me to do?
Well, the first thing I would say is this. First of all, forget about the lawyers, forget about the laws, forget about all that shit in the first place.
Okay.
The first thing that guys got to understand is that they have to know. I hate to bring it to this because you're gonna be like, oh, you're just saying this because you miss a little card. The problem is most dudes don't got no game. So because you don't have game, you don't have any influence over the woman you're dealing with. And because you have no influence over the woman you're dealing with, this is why you're getting into these problems in the first place. So the problem is guys value sex too much so that when they're with the woman, they're like, look, I'm going to give her everything I can to keep this sex around. So they're only requiring sex from women. So what you need to do is devalue sex, but also at the same time, simultaneously, you need to make the woman invest in you. So what happens is, for example, if you're dealing with a girl, I always talk as the first 3 months should just be, I'm just hooking up with you once in a while. That's it. Then as time goes on, I'm like, all right, let me see what you're about. Let me give the girl tasks. I don't care if you tell this girl to do the laundry, walk the dog, fucking pick up the paper, whatever. She has to do shit for you. You have to get her in a mindset that she's doing things for you, not the other way around, not you doing things for her. You do things for her only as a reward for her putting in hard work for doing things for you. So then what happens is that by the time she invests all that stuff, she creates an attachment to you. So now what happens is that instead of actually, because shout out to my dude, Mr. Limba Channel, he said a great thing in one of his videos. He said, women listen to 2 things. They either listen to society or their man. So if your woman is listening to society, that's what's going to make her play you doing this other nonsense. So if she listens to you, all you need to do is have a conversation with the woman. And then she ain't never going to take you to court. She ain't never going to do a bunch of this BS. So a lot of times when I hear the MGTOWs and all these guys complaining, and they're like, oh, you're being reactive to you not having game. But if you had game, you wouldn't have to deal with none of this shit. Because all you got to do is tell your girl one thing. Sometimes all you got to do is give her a look. And she'll know that means.
Real talk.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Extra
mic drop.
You know what I mean? It's because dudes from the beginning didn't really do the things they needed to do from the beginning to instill a certain type of situation so that they don't have to worry about all that shit later on. That's the problem. You see what I mean?
Check this out. Listen, that was the comment. I'm gonna come to Solo here in a minute. Then I'm gonna go to Myron, then Jab. That's it, man. Women listen. Women listen to two things. They listen to society or they listen to their man. If she's listening to society, you're the problem. Listen, and I've said this before. Women don't have a belief system. They don't believe in anything. They only believe in what the strongest men in their lives believe. If the strongest man in her life is a Muslim, all praise be to Allah. If the strongest man in her life is an atheist, there is no God. If the strongest man in her life is a Baptist minister, praises be to God in the highest. Women follow and obey only the strongest men. But you know what they don't do to the strongest men? Take them to fucking court for fucking spousal support. That's what it comes down to. Dude, Lucario, real talk, man. That was good. Very, very good. Solo, let's say I'm in Minnesota, right? I'm like, yo, Solo, I see you out here banging all these motherfucking snow bunny bitches, man. Listen, man, I'm going to make $1.6 million this year, man. So, like, what's the first thing I got to do to be able to fuck with these bitches and keep my money? What's up? Unmute yourself. Oh, there you go. That was actually good advice. First thing you do is shut the fuck up with these bitches, right?
Facts. Let me just say this. You can't out alpha the system, Donovan, right? We know that you can't, but always, keep a lawyer and retainer. Know, like Kevin said, know what the laws are, know what the rules are in your city, your state, and then have fun once you know what it is. But here's the thing with this guy, and I gotta say this, Donovan, this guy's a sucker, and I can't respect the dude. He was like 46. You trying to cupcake with this chick, play Disney?
Yeah.
Near, far, wherever you are. Okay, stop that bullshit. Stop it. Here's my advice for guys, because like I said, I'm around guys all the time. Shout out to Myron. Myron, I just seen your receipts. I appreciate that a lot, bro. But listen, bro, when I come to Miami next time, Myron, and I'm down 50 pounds, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm listen. But Myron, real talk. Like once this goes back. Like the black pillars would say, the jawline is recessive. Okay, let's stop that. I'll get it all on camera. Donovan, the point I'm trying to make is this. Here's the thing that nobody has mentioned, even Lucario. Shout out to my nigga. But guess what? No matter how many laws you put in place, Donovan, girls still want to fuck.
Yep, that's true.
Bitches still want to fuck. They still want a dick up in the, from the back. They still want to suck some cock. Women still want to fuck. And here's the thing. You have to put precautions in place that if you do fuck, you're not in a position where you get fucked.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Look, Donovan, and I'm going to wrap this up real fast. There's no foolproof way to protect yourself.
I agree.
But if you know the laws, you know the rules. Look, I got consent forms, Donovan. I could show you right now from women that signed it, that I've bunker busted with the force of 10,000 Thors. Spit in their mouth, all types of ratchet shit. Consent forms. That's all I got to say.
All right. Listen, I agree. There is no foolproof way. If this guy actually had game, okay, maybe there's like a one lump sum. Okay, listen, pay her $150,000 and you're done. But listen. She gave him 10 years of her life. I mean, and I'm not trying to side with the woman here, but if a woman spends that much time with you, you can't like he tried to get the commitment without him taking any risk. And I know that's weird to say, but when a woman decides to give you her vagina, access to her vagina, she's taking a risk. This is what the institution of quote unquote marriage is. I risk my resources when you risk your. Listen, you're going to spend your prime years with me. All right, cool. Then I'll give you my resources. He tried, and it wasn't even her prime years, but he tried to get her beauty. Okay, he tried to get her 38-year-old beauty at maybe the 58-year-old price. And it just doesn't work that way. That's not the way the sexual marketplace works. There's fair market value. He tried to get something for lower than fair market value. Called him on it.
He tried to make a bad deal.
He tried, and she wasn't going for it. She's like, fuck this. Please, we're going to an arbitrator. And she ended up winning.
That's right.
Myron, let's say I come to Miami. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get at these big booty Brazilian bitches, man. But I'm not trying to lose my motherfucking money. What's the first thing I should do?
Dude, I'm gonna go from A to Z, like how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, class in session, man. This is what you guys got to do. You guys got to build a foundation, okay? And what I mean by that is, you shouldn't even be thinking about shacking up with a chick or some kind of serious relationship till you're about. I agree with you, Donovan. 35 years old, earliest.
Yeah.
On top of that, you got to get in shape, okay? Then you got to get your money right, at least 100 grand a year. Okay. Especially if you're living in a major city in the United States. Once you have these 3 prerequisites, and then you should have had sex with at least 50 girls. Okay. Now, once you've had these prerequisites, I can consider you stage 1 of a high value guy, because now you have sexual experience, you have your money right, your body right, everything like that. And the reason why this is critical is because when you're a high value guy, now you can dictate the terms of dealing with chicks.
That's what Z said.
To your program, because here's the reality. A lot of guys want women to submit, but they're not worthy of submitting to. So the only way a woman is going to submit to you and fall on your program is if she sees you as high value. When she sees you as high value, that puts you in a leadership position. When you're in a leadership position, you can't get taken to the cleaners like this guy did. The problem with this guy is that he had his money right, but he didn't have his experience right. Okay? And we don't have your experience right. She's going to manipulate you, right? I always say it, man. Girl, if a girl sees weakness in you, like sexual inexperience, she's going to bleed you dry off the resources that she can get you, okay? She's going to give you the bare minimum sex required. High-value guys that have options don't tolerate that shit from women. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you're going to be high value to dictate these things is, unfortunately, as a man, you must become. You got to get your body on point, get your money on point, and then get the experience of dealing with women. So when they try to pull this bullshit, you can tell her, hey, you know what? That's not how we're going to roll. And you can kick her out and deal with another chick. And this is the thing. When a woman is chasing your validation, the relationship is always going to be good, because she won't have time to cheat on you or do any of this other bullshit, because she's like, damn, I got the best deal right here. Right. Can replace me at any time. However, when you're chasing her, like this clown trying to propose to her, she's declining him, whatever it may be, she automatically off rip doesn't respect him because she didn't even want to sign the contract. So what does that tell you? That tells you that she's more concerned with the money than entertaining him. You know what I'm saying? Because if he had balls, he would have walked away right there, just like Steven Jackson when that chick didn't want to sign the prenup.
Yes, right.
You know, so that is why you have to become high value first, deal with women, get the experience, get that foundation, so that when you get out there in the marketplace, you can select and, more importantly, discern girls that are for
she belongs to the streets.
So you can kick her to the curb and not commit to them. The problem is that guys commit to women that are not worthy of LTRs because they don't have experience and they don't have the high value to dictate their terms on these women. They'll take what they can get, and when you have that, you're always going to take an L. So that's what I say, guys.
I'll add this. I'll let this do. Shout out to Uber Colt, $10 super chat says, shout out to Myron Gaines for always bringing the knowledge. A lot of men thinks that money makes them high value. Oh no, this guy's family's worth a couple of $1 billion. Do you think that this bitch thinks he's high value? Fuck no. She saw him as a payday. When you are high value, women are not thinking about an exit strategy. They're thinking about an entrance strategy. They're thinking, how can I lock this guy down so that he doesn't go anywhere? The last thing on her mind is, how much money can I get out of him? She's not worried about the money. When you're high value, girls don't worry about the money. They're worried about your time, because they know your time is more valuable than money. If you're not high value, they go for the next best thing, which is their fucking money.
Real quick, the telltale sign was that when she didn't want to sign it, he didn't leave.
That's it.
So that
he had him by the balls.
Never respected him in the first place. If a chick truly messes with you, she'll sign anything you give her to make sure that she doesn't mess up the situation she has. Like, if game messes with you, she will never put herself in a position where she could lose you, because she knows there are women literally chomping at the bit to get a piece of you. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Good stuff, man. Jap. Yeah. So let's say I'm one of these young bucks, right? I see you at the club in Chicago. I'm like, hey, yo, check this out, right? I'm trying to get at these big booty blonde bitches, but I'm not trying to lose my money. What's the first thing you would advise a young man? Let's see, he's 35 years old, just coming into his own. He's got his money right. He's got his mind right. He's got his body right. He's got experience, and he's ready to start playing the field. How can that guy keep what's his without losing it to some bitch?
The first thing I would ask this guy is this: how much do you love your money?
Oh my God.
And when I find out how much you love money and you love what money is doing for your life, then I'm going to tell you this. You know, the quickest way to lose all your money is simping.
Yep.
It's to compromise your integrity, to lose and let a bitch win. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if Steven Jackson, if he would have simped at that wedding, he would have lost it all. Just to appease and make the bitch happy, when you compromise what you believe in, she'll take everything you got. So standing firm on your principles, you know what I'm saying, and having a backbone means more than the money. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep it, you know. Now, I would advise them to have an exit plan, because these bitches definitely got one.
Oh, yeah.
And that exit plan is to take your bag. You know what I'm saying? So you need to always see they come in walking out. And that's what a lot of guys don't understand.
Oh shit.
Even with the marriage, these bitches have already sat down with their girlfriends and Lord. That's why all these guys get handled in court, get their ass handed to them. First and foremost, most of these bitches don't even come to a divorce lawyer with any money.
Right.
These divorce lawyers are taking the cases pro bono because they know they about to take your ass to the cleaners because you didn't see it coming. You were not doing anything proactive. You never was sitting down with a lawyer. I mean, this is unthought of. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys are in such bliss. Ignorance is bliss. You're so happy to be getting your dick sucked and happy with the bitch and shit like that. You're gonna lose everything you had. So I gotta ask guys, how much do you love your money? Because if you love your money, you'll stop simping. You'll alpha the fuck up. You'll red pill the fuck up. And you'll start doing everything beforehand to protect your assets and protect everything that you earn so that just because a woman you were fucking for 5 years and you sign a piece of paper, she don't get to take half of everything that you earn that took you 20 years to get prior before you even met this bitch. And that's what these bitches have the ability to do when you are simping and you are stupid in the game. So I would just have to advise any of you guys, if you have anything worth a damn and you want to protect it and you don't want to just give it away to a bitch, then be proactive. Always think the worst. Expect the worst. Lower your expectations for bitches.
Yes.
A lot of these guys got high expectations for bitches. If you lower your expectations, you'll never be pissed off.
That's right.
You'll never be pissed off. It's like, oh wow, oh my God, you didn't take me for child support? I was already prepared for it.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Let a bitch surprise
But it's real.
But
That's
you
real.
gotta understand you're dealing with evil, man. So you gotta be prepared and always expect the worst.
He said,
Al with the $5 super chat says, just marry your best bro. Some bitch can't sue you for child support. Not even joking. Beat them at their own game. This is an interesting question. Nate Dogg asks, does that lawyer have to be a man or a woman? My answer, got to be a woman. Because don't nobody know bitches like other bitches. Listen, listen, there is a lawyer in Reno by the name of Marilyn York. She only represents men in divorce court. Dude, this bitch is rich beyond your wildest fucking dreams because she keeps these bitches from taking these ex-husbands to the cleaners. She knows all the fucking tricks of the trade. If you are a man and you need a divorce lawyer, you need to consult with an attorney on how to not get taken to the cleaner by bitches, got to be a woman. What do you guys think?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Oh, hold on. My first divorce, when I found out I was having to go to court for child support. And if you've never been, oftentimes that first hearing, guys don't hear about it. So it's already in, and you already lost complete custody and all this other kind of stuff. See, when a woman is in family court, she is a holy warrior.
Right.
When women go into family court, they look. I swear to God, give me a few minutes on this story. I found out about it on a visitation weekend, and I actually got served in the newspaper because they have to try to make proper service. And if they can't make proper service, they have to just post it in the paper. But the woman knew how to get a hold of me, but she gave him a wrong address because I lived in another state. So I ended up on a Friday trying to find an attorney to represent me on a Monday, and I'm looking through the yellow pages back, and this article's too big. I finally called somebody up, and I got her on the phone, and I told her my story. She's like, I'm normally closed on Saturdays. I need you to come in the office on Saturday morning. And I went and I gave her my story, told her everything that I'd done. She's like, I cannot stand women like this. I'll take your case. And I was like, she took it for a third of the retainer right then because she just wanted to go to court. And that woman was like a mutant pit bull, Terminator, German Shepherd all over my ex. And the attorney, I sat back just like,
let them hoes fight.
Boy. She said, somebody get this bitch out of my face before I have to slap the shit out of her. I hate women like her. This is a white woman.
Yep.
My attorney. But that's why I said when women fight, they usually had a brother or a family member who got broken really badly, and they see how it affects men. So when you get a woman who's a defense attorney in a family court, pay her well.
This woman right here, this is the epitome of what I tell you. This is the bitch that gets you fired. She'll press charges. This is
real talk.
This is the enemy right here. This is the God, the Karen God herself.
Check this
short hair white bitch with a collarbone.
Just check this out. I want you to listen to this commercial, okay? Listen, every man needs to hire a lawyer like this. Listen to this.
I love women. We're such planners. Like right now, as you guys sit there relaxing in front of the TV, wondering what she's making you for dinner, your wives are racking up community debt, transferring money into a separate bank account, finally losing that baby weight after 9 years, and hooking up with your son's baseball coaches on Facebook. What's the one thing a man needs when he's blindsided by a long-planned divorce? A great female attorney. I'm men's rights attorney Marilyn York, and I represent men in all family law matters.
What the fuck? Turn up!
Leave that shit up there, man. I need to send her a super chat or a fucking cash app.
Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna send you guys another one. Hold on. This is a.
When your wife is hooking up with the baseball coach.
Listen, because bitches know fucking bitches. Check this out. Here we go. Check this out.
Hey guys, are you watching the game at a friend's or the bar again because you can't watch at home with your wife? Or worse, because she kicked you out and kept your couch, your flat screen, and your kids? What's the one thing a man needs when he loses a good woman? A good lawyer. And when he loses a bad woman, he needs a great lawyer. What makes a good woman a bad woman? You tell me. You're the one that can't watch the game in your own home.
Oh!
Divorce, custody.
In bars.
It's a reality show.
That's bars right there.
Every day.
That's the answer to the question. Does the lawyer have to be a man or a woman? That's the answer. Because listen,
you need to be on court TV, bro.
Listen, bitches hate other. Oh, and guess what? Women in Reno, dude, they fucking hate. Yo, listen. Check this out. I'm gonna read a couple more super chats, but what she did is there are a bunch of women like and women are always like mean to this bitch, right? And so what they've done is like they'll like send in hate mail and this and that. And check this out. This is funny shit. Watch this. This is good. Hold on. This is funny. So what she did is she gets hate from all these bitches all the time, right? So what she did is she decided to agree and amplify. Check this shit out. This is unbelievable. This is awesome. Watch this. This is great.
Apparently, some women take great exception to me representing men in family law matters. Here's a few of the classics. Marilyn York is the reason our country's going under. Did Sarah Palin and Ann Coulter have a baby? How much have divorced men paid her to be a stupid Christian sexist? And my personal favorite, Marilyn York is white trash. She just runs a brothel for herself to sleep with her own clients. Is anyone still wondering why I represent men?
Why does she have more balls than most guys? Why does she have more balls?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
I'm sorry, Donovan. I'm just sorry. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother.
That's a very good question. But that's the answer to that question. Hire a female attorney because women just naturally hate each other. Bitches hate each other. Women are never really friends. They simply tolerate each other between fights. That's what it comes down to.
Bro, that chick.
Marilyn York, and if Devin ever tries to pull some shit, that's the bitch I'm finna call. Real talk. This is gonna be right around the corner. Ed Lattimore, $20 super chat. Just sounds like everyone. This is a good one. He says, "Sounds like everyone has a piece of the puzzle. The only disagreement is because each has a path to the truth. Bring it all together, and we have a complete strategy for a guy who has any money or the potential to get it." That's what I recognize, because the more we talked about this, I was like, wait a minute, it sounds like we all agree with each other, but our different paths in lives, I guess, led us to the same solution in different ways. Black Wolf Inc., $10. Says, shout out to the panel, and shout out to your godfather, Kiss the Ring. That discussion was awesome. Appreciate that. Technomage B5, $10. Says, we are following in the path of the Roman Empire just before it fell. One of the last things they did was the, quote, bachelor tax to support women at the expense of men. When that comes in the West, I agree with that. MGTOW Goes Son, $20 super chat, says, props to you gentlemen for breaking this down. Women have always been ahead of the game. They have mastered the game for millennia and keep it in sight because of their survival instinct and hypergamy. Most men couldn't keep up. Women have to be devious like this because this is survival. That's what it comes down to. McDowell Goes Son with another $20 super chat says the problem for now is most men are ignorant to game. For every one red pillar, there are probably at least 100,000 blue pillars out there. Your presence is a big ending of solution. Knowledge is power, and it starts here. Nicholas Penn with the $5 super chat. I have met him personally. Says, salute, gentlemen. We in here. Appreciate that, Nick Penn. Technomage B5, another $10 super chat says the Crimson Capsule is the map through the minefield. Sadly, most men reject it until it's too late. Also, shout out to Myron and Solo. Don't let the male dominance instinct split two high value men. I love that. Toriano Rich with the $2 super chat says, Myron, how do I get a consultation with you? Tell him, Myron.
Unplugfit.com. Just book a consult there and we could chat it up.
Okay, good stuff. Ed Lattimore with the $10 super chat says, when a chick with experience meets a man with money, the woman leaves with the money and leaves the man with experience. Wow. Very good. I like that. Pug Dad with the $5 super chat says she already had her exit strategy in advance. That's why she told him on the marriage contract. She knew she was financially set regardless. Freelance Ronan, $5 says panel formed up like Voltron. Salute. So what we're going to say here. Oh, and by the way, Lotus Scalper, fuck you. You're out of here. Like the guy, like, no. The guy is acting like a dick. All he's in here doing is disagreeing with anybody naysaying. Get the fuck out of here. Keep your dude. And listen, hit me up. TSR at DonovanSharpe.com. I'll give you back your fucking $4. Look at this guy. Funny, but what is her court record? That's the only thing I care about, male or female, when hiring a lawyer. And this is why men like you will get fucked up in the game. So listen, man, if you want to come in here and disagree with us all you want to, start your own fucking YouTube channel. You're out. Peace. I'll refund you your fucking $4. I want to say another word, but I'm not trying to get Young Ed with the $5 super chat says salute Donovan and panel. So we're going to round third and head for home here because I think this has been an excellent discussion. I'm going to go around the panel, and now I'm going to ask you what you would tell this guy moving forward. What would you tell this Michael Latner post this decision? Okay, if Michael Latner comes to you and says, "Look, man, like I can't believe this happened to me. Where did I go wrong, and how do I keep it from happening again?" Steve, I'm gonna lead off with you, man.
I tell him don't look back. Stop looking back because you're not going that way. What we got to do is, first thing we got to do is we got to get you to unlearn what you know. We got to clean out and pull all that information out. We got to stop getting you to watch all the, like, again, those YouTubers that don't know anything that you're probably following. And we've got to upload and you learn yourself. Everything is going to start from you and your name. And like Lucario was saying, either you're going to be a situation or you're going to be a man. And if you're a man, if you want to learn how to be a man, you got to be around real ass motherfucking men. You can't be around people that think they know the game, that portray they think they know the game when they don't know shit about the game. So that way I would tell him that learn from a man that has not only receipts, but is long toothed in the game, that knows the game and knows all the shit. Because when you get with a man, and I would tell him, well, as a man, there are no problems with a woman. A problem is a meteor to like the size of Jupiter coming towards Earth. That's a problem. A woman will always be a situation to a man, because a man will never complain. A man will never make excuses. A man will never do anything negative. And if you want to learn how to be a man, you must push your ego aside. There you go. Self-importance aside, and you have got to learn under that man before you become a man yourself. That's what I would tell him.
Very good advice. Real quick, this Lotus Scalper said, quote, "A true high-value man would only marry another high-value woman, in my opinion. Look at Kanye, Jay-Z, John Legend, Tom Cruise, etc." Okay, stop the presses. Kanye married Kim Kardashian. How's that working out for Kanye?
Jay-Z got his ass beat.
Listen. Jay-Z gets his ass beat by Beyonce, and Kanye acts more like a woman now that he's married to Kim K. And John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, who's a fucking 6 out of 10, treats him like a punk. Yeah, again, this is one of those black pill idiot guys who thinks he knows about dating. All he's doing is doing a bunch of talking points. So yeah, he's the fuck up out of here. Myron, I'm coming to you next. This guy comes to you. He's broken, disheveled. Listen, Myron, listen. I lost all this money. I got to pay this bitch $6 million over the next 10 years. Where did I go wrong, and how can I prevent this from happening again in the future? Because he's only 46, Myron, right? It's not over for this guy. This guy
63.
Dude, oh, he's 63. Oh, I thought he was 46.
63.
It was 46 when they started dating.
Okay, so he's 63. It's still not too late because this other woman is in her late 50s. It's over for her. Where did I go wrong, Myron? What can I tell my sons to keep them from making the same mistakes I did?
Yeah, man. I mean, it comes down to you got to self-improve. And I know this sounds cheesy, whatever it may be, but like this is what to be in the gym, to take care of yourself, to kind of make yourself the prize. Because the thing is this: if you can get up and go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning and squat when you feel like crap, you're not going to tolerate no BS from a fucking bimbo at a club or whatever. Some girl like, oh, you should do this for me. You're going to look at her, laugh, and be like, no. Like, because when you've been through adversity, man, you don't tolerate bullshit from women, man. And it's like, I can't explain it. It's like an intrinsic thing that comes to you. I always say confidence comes from competence. So when you're in good shape, you take care of yourself, you got your money on point, you're dealing with other chicks, you have experience, you're going to be very intolerable of female BS. Because here's the thing, women I always feel like women size you up when they meet you. If they know they can get away with certain things, they're going to try it. But if you tell them right away, hey, I don't fucking tolerate that shit, or I don't do that, she's immediately going to change her behavior because she's like, oh, whoa, I can't get away with this. And this guy, obviously, the fact that he doesn't have a long patience for this means he probably has other women. Let me get cave and act like this. Because guys that have short fuses with women, it's a honest signal that the guy's high value and he's not going to tolerate no BS. And more importantly, he has options. I always say this: a woman always gets in line when she knows you have other women in line. And that's the only way that you can really play the game nowadays, because women have so many options. You got to date like a girl. You got to treat them as expendable. The reality is this: girls that are 9s, 10s, whatever it may be, they don't even see 99% of men. They don't respect most men. This is why chicks flake on you. This is why they leave you on scene. This is why they don't answer texts, whatever it may be. A hot girl does not see 99% of men. So the only way you're going to equalize is you have to date like a woman. You got to treat them as expendable. And more importantly, you can't tolerate their bullshit. Because if you tolerate their bullshit, that automatically infers that you value them and that they're better than you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to let her know off rip, hey, if it's not my way, it's the fucking highway. And you belong to the streets anyway. So kick her out.
Damn, he said tell her she belongs to the streets.
Yeah, man.
She'll probably agree with you. Kevin, what would you tell this guy if he came to you? Kevin, where did I go wrong? What can I do to keep my sons from making the same mistake?
Well, first off, I'd say this: $6 million when you have $1.2 billion net worth is roughly 0.005%.
Okay, all right, I like that. So it's not okay.
But what you did is you lost in the image battle.
Right.
That's what you did. You could afford the money, but what I would do is I would actually take this as a learning lesson and to say, all right, you lost this money, but how can you actually take this experience and make that money back times 10? I would go on a crusade across Canada to discuss how unfortunate and unfair these laws are against anyone. I would take a crusade out against these feminist-leaning judges and all this, because apparently Ontario is one of the most liberal parts of Canada, and I would turn that $6 million into the cancer that's eating away at the fabric of Canada, the reason young men are not marrying, the reason that Canada is suffering. And I would take that and I would make it reverberate around the place. I would get something for my fucking money.
And listen, what Kevin said is important, because this guy is a man of means. And if he's a man of means, he can be a man of influence, right? This guy could go on a crusade and be like, hey, guys, listen. And he's got fuck you money, right? I mean, what are they going to do? Fire him from what? He's got $1.2 billion net worth. He can go around and be like, hey, guys, check this out. Don't end up like me. Talk to your fucking local congressman. Like, let's work on changing the laws. I mean, listen, I had to pay $6 million. Fortunately for me, it didn't make or break me. Most guys aren't that fortunate. Most guys aren't that lucky. Very good advice.
Lee Major still alive?
Oh, the $6 million man.
Yes, I'd go dig up all the old $6 million. I would see you lose the court battle, but you don't lose the image war. I would go on a crusade again through Canada and have Jordan Peterson and young men walking behind me like the Pied fucking Piper. Give me something for my goddamn money.
Give me some for my goddamn money. Very good. I like that crusade because that guy's got fuck you money. Nobody's gonna fuck with that guy. They can't. I love that. Lucario, This guy's 63 years old now, and he comes to you and says, "Where did I go wrong?" And he wants to know specifically what were the two most important events that could have that caused that could have prevented this.
Well, first of all, he should have went online and joined the Bad Boy membership at badboymembership.com. That's the first thing.
There you go.
but shameless plug. But seriously though, I do think the thing that he needs to do is not rely on his money and rely more on himself. And actually, like Myron was saying, he has to self-improve. He has to figure out what is it about him that is actually attractive to women, because that woman he was with wasn't really into him, because she was denying getting with him after he'd done all that shit for her. She was still like, I don't even want to marry you. I don't want to be with you like that. So he's just getting, he's basically one of these guys who has low self-esteem, who can't really get a woman. You understand what I'm saying? This is why he was doing the things he was doing. So what I would tell him is he has to work on himself, work on his confidence, work on his game, so that the next woman he talks to, the next woman he's interested in, he knows how to come at her. And I would tell him, keep his money in his pockets. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, if this dude is going out with women or interacting with women, like, he needs to go like 2, 3, 4 years without spending really no money on them. We take him on a coffee date, the most, that's it. No,
feed the ducks, Steve.
Exactly, feed the ducks, right? That's what I'll tell him. You know what I mean?
Solo, where did this guy go wrong? If you could talk to this guy and he asked you, where did I go wrong, what would you tell him?
I mean, he was trying to be like Sam Rothstein in the movie Casino. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to turn a thought into a housewife. That's number one. Number two, I gotta be honest. I mean, he's 63.
Go ahead.
There's a certain age where both men and women get to, where they refuse to change, they get stubborn.
Yeah,
he's done. I mean, what do you like? What's he gonna do, Donovan? No disrespect to Myron, but self-improve. He's 63. What's he gonna do? Do push-ups and jumping jacks? He's done. He's finished. He's finished. Okay. So at this point now, the only way a dude like that will change is if he has it on the burden of the onus of change in regards to wanting to do so. But he's not going to change. Now you got to look at the next generation and the family's net worth, Kevin, and not throwing shade, but they're worth $1.2 billion, and the son, he's one of the part of the business. So his dad, his name is Albert Latner, I believe. He's the one who made the money, and then you got the son tricking the money off like a fucking simp ass.
So this is a dynasty, basically. Is what we're talking about here.
So here's the thing: what you need to do then is now you got to look at the next generation, his sons, his whatever, and put them on game and let them know, like, hey, now that's where the self-improvement can come in. That's where call Myron Gaines, call Kevin Samuels, call Lucario. That's where that comes in. But that 63-year-old, he's finished. Give him some escort hooker money. Let him trick that off. He's done. That's it.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Jap, where did this dude go wrong, man?
I think this guy went wrong by being old and chasing the dream. Like with the white picket fences in the mirror. See, again, he's older, so the self-improvement thing on the physique, probably not as much. But what I would say is, how about enjoy life? I don't even think that this guy had an opportunity to really enjoy what it's like being $1 million motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And experiencing the dating scene, or just experiencing how women are going to gravitate to you, or just maneuvering through women as a millionaire. He went from being a husband to pretending and playing house right afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So never really got out here and enjoy life. I mean, he need to get out here, fuck with young bitches, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Go out here, because a lot of the shit that he's spitting is pennies to him.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, I think he needs to experience life, because he's on his way out. And so why sit around stressing over these old hags that it took you to the cleaners, and get out here, and experience life, is travel, get with some young bitches, be with some bitches that just make you smile all day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, and date them at bay. Don't bring them completely into the fold. Make sure that them bitches still have a job, or they still have obligations of their own. You know what I'm saying? Don't build these bitches up to where they're just dependent on you again, because again, it doesn't work out that well. So you might have to have about 4 or 5 bitches, because some of the bitches might have some shit to do and they can't cancel.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's good, because when you had bitches that you would tell, they didn't have a schedule. Their schedule was just based off of whatever you did. It came back to bite you in the ass in court, because now it looks like you were married to this bitch. So a good thing that bitch has a job. It's a good thing that bitch can't just take a trip with you and go to the cabin or whatever like that. So have a bunch of different chicks, but live now. You're getting fucked already. It's over with. Try to appeal it. Maybe, file bankruptcy, put all your money in LLCs or something like that. Figure it out. But you're fucked, and it's just time to enjoy life at this point.
I agree. Last of the super chats, Black Wolf Inc. with the $5 super chat says, it always starts with one. I found Mr. Lucario when researching game, and it's been a major change. I will always be grateful for that. He's right. It always starts with one. You do one search, one thing leads to another. You're right down the rabbit hole. Oops, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong thing. Oh, there we go. Unique 79 with the 20 British pounds says, Samson revealed his strength to Delilah, which led to his downfall. Many guys, he says, show their hand too easily. There are cards that you need to hold very close to your chest. Steve uses this analogy on his show. I could not agree more. Holy smokes, I could not agree more of that. Merciless with the $5 super chat says, where was this guy's day ones? This must have been a hard-headed homie. This must have been that hard-headed homie in the crew who they let learn the hard way. Right. Like, where is homeboys being like, yo, check this out? Like, this is why men need to be friends with like-minded men. Steve, what you got?
Oh no, you wanted me to say something? No.
I thought you put your hand.
No. I was just listening. No.
I thought you were about to brag on Zeke.
No.
Black Wolf Inc. says, check out the Ezekiel Elliott touchdown from tonight. Appreciate
now
that.
Hold my hand up. I'm just like
as the Eagles take the L. Oh God, we blew a 17-point lead against the Redskins. James Young, $75 super chat says, hard-hitting content, gentlemen. Nothing but truth. Omega Legion says, real men learn from mistakes and live better lives. Jay Rago, 415 with the $5 super chat, he says he should have dumped her after she refused to sign that first prenup. Listen, that is reverberated throughout the panel. As soon as she said no, you got to get the fuck up out of there. The Jimmy ZZT with the $100 super chat says, just a little something for the crew, plus the BSP YouTube steals. Says, I wish I had this knowledge in my life 20 years ago, but no time like the present to change. It is never too late, gentlemen. Kyle won $5 says, at this point, he needs the Scrooge experience. Be visited by the ghost of masculinity's past, present, and future. I disagree. This guy does need the Uncle Scrooge Christmas, but he needs to be visited by the ghost of hoes past, present, and motherfucking future. He needs to be visited by them hoes. Real talk. Anthony Baker says he got finesse with no Vaseline. Damn, that's prison talk. King Life with the $20 super sticker. I appreciate that very much. There was one super chat that I skipped here. Let me get to it here quickly. Yes, Shozan Hannah with the $2 super chat says, I hope Ms. York becomes rich. Hashtag men have an ally. I'm going to show you one more commercial from Marilyn York before we get up out of here. Here we go.
Reach the age of knowing what needs to be done. So why let marital dysfunction get in your way? Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough to remain unhappily married. Side effects may include income loss, emasculation, involuntary abstinence, and erectile dysfunction. Seek immediate help for marital dysfunction lasting more than 4 years.
I love this bitch.
Attorney about divorce? See if America's most prescribed marital dysfunction solution is right for you.
Yo, I'm telling you, Marilyn York is one bad bitch, man. Like, they actually let her give a TED Talk. They actually let this woman give a TED Talk, man. Like, real talk. Dude, I would love to have her on my show, man. And I think I'm going to reach out to her, and I'm going to try to get her on my show, man. Like, for real.
Hey, man, I got to watch that one, man.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you. Solo, you got a final thought?
Oh yeah. By the way, thank you, Donovan, for having me on, guys. This is a lesson learned. Don't be a sucker. Don't be that guy thinking you treating a 4 or 5 like a 9 or 10. Don't do that. Follow me on Solo TV 84. I'll be doing a live stream actually right after this. We'll do a video reaction. Also, follow me on Instagram. Unplugged Fitness, Lucario. Let's do this, man. Let's meet up somewhere. New York, Miami.
Vegas.
Once the players,
Vegas.
let's meet in the
I'm
field.
down.
I'll
Make it
bring my
happen.
own cameraman. You can bring cameraman. Let's set this shit up. Let's do it. I'm not even a dating coach. I just do this for fun.
I'm down. Let's make it happen. Shit.
That would be great. Yeah, I would definitely try to get Marilyn York. I would actually try to get her in studio. I think that would be fucking fantastic. With that, that is going to do it for this edition of The 7. Dude, these episodes keep getting better and better and better. I am very, very much looking forward to the day that we can do a The 7 live, do like a live event somewhere. I've actually got all of you guys except for Kevin and Jap booked for one-on-one with Donovan Sharpe 2 weeks from today, or in 2 weeks. I will have Steve the Dean and Mr. Lucario in studio. Yeah. The week after that, I will have C Boogie and Solo TV 84 in studio. That is absolutely positively going to be off the chain. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and thank you for the super chats. We will see you guys here next week. Take care.
Peace.